Alright, it is Thursday, February 20th, 2020 at 2:01 a.m. Alright, let's take a look at some headlines. Tennessee man to be electrocuted for killing fellow inmate. A Tennessee inmate is scheduled to become the fifth to die in the state's electric chair in the past 16 months. Nashville, Tennessee. A Tennessee inmate is scheduled Thursday to become the fifth to die in the state's electric chair in the past 16 months. Each of those inmates chose electrocution over the state's preferred execution method, the lethal injection. Nicholas Sutton, 58, was sentenced to death in 1986 for killing fellow inmate Carl Estep in a conflict over a drug deal while both were incarcerated in an East Tennessee prison. Sutton had been serving time for 3 murders he committed in 1979 when he was 18, including that of his grandmother. In a clemency petition to Governor Bill Lee, Sutton's supporters said he is not the same man who went to prison 40 years ago. Brett Lee said Wednesday that he would not intervene in the execution. 2 last-ditch appeals in the U.S. Supreme Court were still pending on Wednesday night. Sutton has not indicated why he chose electrocution, an option for inmates whose crimes were committed before the state adopted lethal injection, and it is preferred execution method by other inmates that have said they thought the electric chair would be quicker and less painful. Alright, next. Japan confirms Cruz deaths. Korean cases soar. Virus update. Japan confirmed that 2 people from a quarantined cruise ship died, while coronavirus cases in South Korea more than doubled in one day, with a surge of infections tied to a church. Financial markets came under pressure on signs the outbreak was spreading more rapidly beyond China. The global death toll was at 2,128, with 10 fatalities outside of mainland China. Hubei province reported a sharp drop in new cases after China again changed the way it diagnoses infections, raising questions over the reliability of the data. China's death toll rises to 2,118, with cases at 74,578. Hubei adds 108 deaths. New cases increase by 349 to 1,209. More patients discharged. U.S. stock features erase gain on reports of Japan's death. So more deaths added to the toll. Alright, next. Iran state news agency says new virus has killed 2 citizens. The new virus has killed 2 early Iranian citizens, Iran's state-run Iran news agency reported on Wednesday. RNA quoted Alieza Vanbediz, an advisor to the country's health minister, as stating that both victims had been carrying the coronavirus and were located in Qom, about 140 kilometers or 86 miles south of the capital of Tehran. The state's news agency said that the schools and universities of Qom would be closed so an investigation could take place. No additional details were released. So I'm pretty much heard that they're closing down Qom because of the coronavirus. That's what I've heard when I was watching other channels who report on coronavirus. Alright, next. Finally, some cold weather is possible for the Midwest and the East. A pattern change might bring more persistent cold to the Midwest and East. The jet stream will dip southward, opening the door for Arctic air. It took the entire winter, but an upcoming pattern change may finally be more persistent cold air to the Midwest, South, and East as February ends and March begins. Dozens of cities east of the Mississippi River were reporting one of the 10 warmest winters to date, from December 1st to February 18th, according to the Southeast Regional Climate Center. That's because the polar vortex has been usually strong for most of the season, keeping the Arctic air locked in across polar regions rather than plunging southward into the United States and persisting. In fact, on Monday, the polar vortex was the strongest on record for February 17th, and it was projected to maintain record strength into early March, according to Simon Lee, a meteorologist and PhD student at the University of Reading in England. with a record-strong polar vortex locking the Arctic air into the far northern latitudes. Any sustained cold in the central and eastern U.S. must come from a change in the jet stream pattern. That's exactly what computer forecast models are predicting from late February into early March. The pattern change may drive more persistent cold into the Midwest, South, and East during the last week of February and the first week of March, and a northward bulge of the jet stream over the North Pacific Ocean near the Gulf of Alaska, as illustrated on the map at the top of this article. Alright, so pretty much temperatures average February 28th to March 3rd outlook, much below average and below average on the eastern coast. We're pretty much expecting snowfall tomorrow here in North Carolina. So hopefully, if it does snow, I'll make a video and report on that. Alright, next. How long can coronavirus survive on surfaces? Experts say coronavirus is spread mostly through close contact with an infected person. Most of what's known about COVID 19 is based on studies of previous coronaviruses. New research shows that the virus could linger on surfaces for up to 9 days. As the number of people infected with COVID 19 continues to rise, scientists are working to better understand how the virus is spread. One of the question is how long can the new coronavirus that causes COVID 19 survive on surfaces like doorknobs and countertops, and how easily could someone get sick from touching those surfaces? The answer isn't yet known for sure, but scientists assume that the new virus behaves the same as other coronaviruses, such as those that caused the previous outbreak of severe acute respiratory syndrome or SARS. While we don't know for sure what this virus will behave like, the same way as SARS and MERS, we can use the information gained from both of these earlier coronaviruses to guide us, the Center of Disease Control said on its website. The World Health Organization had previously said those viruses could last at least 2 days on surfaces. Officials of the CDC said the coronavirus is short-lived on surfaces. A new study suggested and published last month said the Journal for Hospital Infections showed that coronaviruses like those caused by SARS and MERS could survive up to 9 days on surfaces that have not been disinfected, including metal, glass, or plastic. The study also showed that higher temperatures between 86 and 104 degrees can decrease survival of coronaviruses. So pretty much wiping down surfaces with disinfectants and keeping the temperatures between 86 degrees and 104 degrees can decrease the survival of coronavirus. Alright guys, hit like and subscribe for more videos, and see you guys next time. Make sure you check out my sponsor, Dave's Empire 1981, description below. If you feel like donating to the channel, the link is there. You guys can check it out and donate if you feel like it. And see you guys next time. God bless.